These are my thoughts on the newly announced line of drum sets from the company ATV, aDrums. That's coming up. What's up? Justin here. Welcome to 65 Drums. This is the place to keep on top of all things electronic drum related, so thanks for stopping by. Today I'm talking about the new line of drum shells and cymbals from the company ATV. This is aDrums. So this is basically one drum set in a bunch of different configurations with more and less cymbals and toms and stuff. So with this new drum set, you're going to get a 14-inch set of hi-hats, 16-inch crash cymbal, 18-inch ride cymbal, an 18-inch kick drum, a 13-inch snare, 13-inch floor tom, and a 10-inch high tom. That's the set here. And then you get the AD5 drum module from the company ATV as well. I've already done a review of the AD5 drum module. I'll leave a link to my review and vDrum Tips review down in the description below if you want to check that out. It's not my favorite drum module of all time, but as a first drum module from a company, it's pretty darn impressive. So let's talk about this whole drum set here. What are the internals like? Now, looking at pictures from the company, it looks like they're using 3 trigger cones going around the center of that snare drum near the edge. So it's not really the center, it's the edge. But basically, this probably helps eliminate hot spotting. Other companies have done this as well, and I really like the idea. Now, they have a separate sensor that you clip onto the edge. It's like this curved section of drum shell, and you hit that to hear the rim click sound. One thing electronic drum sets always seem to struggle with is getting the rim shot and the rim click down. Even with Roland's digital snare, it's not 100% of the time. They've got a sensor where it can sense the static electricity in your hand. You can hear when you're hearing a rim click sound versus the rim shot sound. The problem is it's not 100% correct. With having a separate sensor, hopefully this will make it always work 100% of the time. But I still do think it's a little bit excessive. I'm not against the idea, but I mean, having a separate sensor that's raised, I don't think that's very, if they're going for the whole acoustic drums vibe, I don't think having a separate raised section is the greatest idea. But hey, I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But I do like the overall dimensions of this drum kit. You're getting 14-inch hi-hats. No one seems to make 14-inch hi-hats. They're always like 12 inches across for some reason. And then you get that 18-inch ride cymbal. I love that size for an electronic ride cymbal. And then a 16-inch crash cymbal. These cymbals look very interesting because you can hit them in any part of the cymbal. It's 360 triggering, and also they can sway in all 360 degrees. So it doesn't have like this cymbal stopper so it can only sway like this all the time, because that's a little bit unnatural. That's one thing you notice from like Elisa Strike videos where it seems like it's just going like this. It's just going like this like a seesaw. It can never sway side to side. Roland does the same thing, Yamaha does the same thing. Now, ATV is not the first company to have a cymbal that does 360 triggering, but I wish all electronic cymbals let you hit them wherever you want, because when someone new to aDrum sits down and starts playing a drum set, every once in a while that cymbal is going to turn to the right or to the left, and then the strike zone won't be in reach of the drummer. They'll start hitting the cymbal, and then they'll turn around to their friend and say, hey, it's broken, because they think of it as an acoustic cymbal. With an acoustic cymbal, it doesn't matter where you hit it, you're still hearing the cymbal. And electronic drums need to be like that. You shouldn't have a strike zone that's like this big. I also like the fact how this drum set walks that fine line between electronic drum portability and acoustic drum size. Because we all want something that is acoustic drum size because it's really fun to play, but we also like the portability of an electronic drum set. With this fusion-sized kit, I don't know the real technical term for it, but an 18-inch kick drum, 13-inch snare, 13-inch floor tom, 10-inch high tom. That's pretty portable as far as acoustic drum shells go. But you're still getting the fun of playing those real sizes. So I like the sizes that they've chosen here. Let's talk about the drum module for a second. Like I said, ATV sent me a review unit, so I already did a review. But this was like 6 months or a year ago, something like that. And there have been updates since then. So I don't know what I think of it 100% as of now, because back then they didn't have the store where you could download extra sounds. They didn't have some of the software updates that they've done since then. So I don't know 100% what I think of the drum module as it is right now. But when I played it, it felt a little bit too limited to me. There were only 5 kits inside the drum module. You couldn't even EQ the sound. You couldn't do compression on the sound. It was just a little bit limited. Also, it didn't work very well with my VH11 hi-hats. It was definitely usable, sort of like using EZdrummer 2 with an electronic drum set. The hi-hat's slightly funky. But now that they have their own set of hi-hats, obviously they're going to work 100% with their own set of hi-hats, so that's going to be good. I do like how the drum module is compatible with all different pad types. So even if you don't care about these new drums, these new aDrums line from the company ATV, you can still buy the drum module and still use it with Yamaha pads and Roland pads. It's cross-compatible with different brands. Still not my favorite drum module for the price, The drum module by itself is $1,100. It's built like a tank, but it's just a little bit too limited for me. It's just not my kind of drum module. And it's got tough competition now. It's competing against the Roland TD25 drum module and the 2-box Drummet 3 drum module that's about to come out. And that's gonna be a sub $1,000 drum module. So it's got heavy competition now. The great news about this drum set is that you don't have to buy it with the drum module. They're gonna be selling it separately. So you can buy the shells and the cymbals separately and pair it with whatever drum module you want. So if you already have like a TD25 or a TD11, you don't feel like spending the extra cash to buy the drum module as part of the package, you can just buy the shell and cymbal pack. So I absolutely love that. I feel like there are gonna be a lot of drummers that are gonna be buying this and pairing it with the Mimic drum module. And they've already done that. And I think there's a video on it if you wanna go search it on Google. If I find it, I'll leave a link in the description below. But yeah, this would pair really cool with something like a Mimic drum module because the drum shells and the cymbals are meant to work with Roland or whatever different brands of drum modules. I don't think it would really work well with a Yamaha drum module, but if you've got like an Alesis drum module or a Roland drum module, I think these pads will work. I've heard that they're compatible. These cymbals might give Roland cymbals a run for their money. There just aren't enough good electronic cymbals out there. There are a lot of crappy ones. There are a few good ones out there. Roland's kind of been like king of the hill, and eBay prices for Roland cymbals have always been way too high. So having these cymbals, and if they sell them separately as a cymbal pack, which I think they're going to, that's gonna be a game changer, hopefully, if they're as good as they promise. But here's the last thing to think about. What could make or break this drum set is the price point. We don't know how much this thing's gonna cost. It's not even available for pre-order yet as of the making of this video. So if they're gonna charge Roland prices for it, gonna sell this for like $5,000 or $7,000, then it's not worth buying. But if they're gonna be more reasonable with it, this could be a really, really cool drum set. If they sell it for something like just under $3,000, a lot of drummers are gonna spring for this drum set. It'll put it in direct competition with the Alesis Strike Pro, and I think that's gonna be a really interesting matchup to see which sells more. I would rather buy the ATV drum set, just the drum shells and the cymbals, and then pair it with a module of my choice. That would be my best case scenario. Anyway, what do you guys think of this drum set? How do you think it's shaping up? Would you buy this? Let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in a few.